Thank you. I'm going to talk about the future of immersive technology, virtual reality, and augmented reality. But before I get to the future, I'd like to share with you what we're doing right now to enhance education and training in the healthcare world. So we've built the world's first end-to-end immersive training and education platform. And it's on our mission to democratize healthcare training. So rather than talk about it and bore you with some words, I'm going to show you, because it's much better to see this kind of technology firsthand. Okay, so what you just saw was a number of different VR experiences. Some were surgical, some were clinical skills for students, and some were patient-centric. And that's all available right now to use and to use for education. So that's what's currently available. But what about the future? What are we going to see in the next 5, 10, 15 years? So there are three key technologies that we're looking at when we're thinking about the future of immersive technology and virtual reality. The first is advanced real-time rendering. The second is artificial intelligence. And the third is haptic input. So these are the three key technologies that will completely revolutionize and change the landscape for immersive technology. So I'm going to talk you through each of these and why it's important to the future of immersive tech. So before we get into advanced real-time rendering, let's just talk about pre-rendered versus real-time. So pre-rendered, it's used in movies. It's photoreal, it looks amazing. But it's got to be pre-rendered. It's not real-time. It's not interactive. It's whatever you've got is fixed in time. So it looks great, but you can't interact with it. You can't do anything else with it. So just a quick clip showing you some pre-rendered content. So there you can see that we've got multiple passes. This is a multi-month process to get this photoreal immersive visual. Real-time rendering, however, is about actually having every frame updated in real time so you can interact with it. And again, you can see it's used in video games already. It's a common technology. It looks less real. It looks hyper-real, not photoreal. But it is calculated in real time, so you can change things, which is really important for immersive interactive experiences. So again, just a quick clip showing you some real-time rendered content.
How can a child save us all if he's sentenced to die? Tell me, Nikolaus. Tell me before you let our son go.
So again, a lot of emotion. You know, it looks good, but it's not quite photoreal. So the next big advancement we're going to see is in ray trace rendering. So this is a way of accurately recreating photons bouncing around a scene to collect light and give a more realistic visual. So you can see in this still, on one side we've got a normal game engine lit scene. On the other side we've got a ray trace scene, and it's much more real. A lot more color is bouncing around. It looks great. So what happens if we bring this ray tracing, real-time, high-quality rendering to a real-time environment? So what I'm going to show you next is quite incredible. This is all rendered in real time, frame by frame.
Adaptation. The ability to learn from past experience. The use of knowledge to alter their environment. These virtues defined our creators and drove them to the brink of destruction. But we cannot exist without them.
So there you're seeing real-time photoreal rendering. Now this was using photogrammetry, a technique of capturing the real world with cameras, but it's all real-time, it's all interactive, and it looks amazing. So that's the environment sorted. That's a photoreal environment. What about characters?
Hello, I'm Siren, and I'm a digital human. I was created by an international team of artists and engineers who wanted to challenge our ideas of what a synthetic human could be. I've got state-of-the-art real-time graphics and an unprecedented level of detail in my eyes, skin, and hair. Cool, right? But I'm more than just a collection of fancy pixels. I'm actually being driven by a real human actress and her dynamic motion capture through Unreal Engine. So what are you waiting for? Come meet me at the Vicon booth and see for yourself.
So again, what you're seeing there is an actress wearing a motion capture suit, and in real time, all of her microfacial movements are being captured and presented. So we can now have photoreal environments that look indistinguishable from reality. We can have characters that have got empathy and engagement with micro movements and amazing tracking, all in real time. So the next technology is artificial intelligence. So it's more than just conversations that you may have seen going on right now. There are actually multiple things we can do with AI. So the two key ones are we can create richer worlds, and we can save time in creating those environments as well. So this is Sophia. You may have seen her around. She's a real-world AI bot that you can have a conversation with. That's in the meet space, in the real world. But what about virtually? What can we do with this conversational technology? So this is Google demonstrating duplex.
So let's go back to this example. Let's say you want to ask Google to make you a haircut appointment on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
How can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Sure. What time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now. Okay, we have at 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
So that was an entire conversation where half of it was artificial intelligence. Imagine bringing the photoreal environments, the photoreal motion capture characters, and that level of conversation. You start to, again, build this next level of virtual interaction. The next clip I want to show you is, again, showing how artificial intelligence can help build worlds more quickly. So when you're typically building an interactive environment, you've got to do animation. You've got to animate the characters. That could be motion capture, as we saw earlier. But what about walking? What about something like this? So what they did here is they actually took a very small number of animations, motion capture animations from actors, and then they inferred the rest of the animation. So you can see this character is walking around with some basic animations. But what you're going to see in a minute is what actually happens when we introduce new terrains. So all of these little micro movements are all actually artificially generated. They're not animated. They're not captured. These are all being generated by artificial intelligence. So you can see here that we're climbing. We've got balancing animations. We've got reactions to uneven surfaces. And none of this was animated or captured. This was all generated artificially. So we can have rich conversations, and we can build worlds with animations much more quickly. And the final technology that's going to revolutionize the next generation of immersive tech is haptic input. You've heard about this today already, but this really is about being able to touch the world. So it's going beyond just seeing and interacting with conversation and actually touching. So again, a little visualization for this. So if we combine these photoreal visuals and characters and environments with a artificially intelligent-driven conversation technology and a way to interact with that world in a way that feels seamless and real, what you build is a virtual reality that's indistinguishable from real life. In fact, you can all now experience this yourself. You can have a demo of the next generation of VR. Just look around. look at all of the different things that you're seeing, look at the back of your hand and see the reflections from the back of your hand and the dust particles and next generation physics. It's all here already for you to experience as real life. Of course, this is just a kind of thought experiment that you can do to imagine what the next generation might look like, because it's so much like real life. But some people actually take this one step further and believe that we're already in a virtual experience already. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with this, but certainly you can imagine that with all the technologies that I described, you could start to build something that truly is indistinguishable and lets you truly experience the next level of immersive tech. So thank you very much. That's the end of my talk.